Well, some economists say we're out of the Great Recession, but try telling that to people who are still without a job or swimming in debt. That's why financial expert Lee Jenkins has developed a simple plan to help people live within their means.
Overspending is one of the main reasons for consumer debt. Studies show that most people live at or above their means, which usually keeps them in debt. There are practical ways you can break the spending cycle and become financially free. Lee Jenkins is a financial expert with over 23 years of experience. He's helped thousands of people manage their money, and he can help you find real solutions to your financial challenges too.
Please welcome to the 700 Club financial expert Lee Jenkins. Lee, it's great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
You know, statistics say that 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. What advice would you give to people who find themselves in that situation?
Well, first of all, in America, we've grown accustomed to debt, accustomed to living right at or above our means.
Where we say everybody's doing it.
That's exactly right. Everybody else is doing it. It's the American way. Well, we see where the American way has guided us. And so it really takes a completely different attitude. We have to change our mind about how we've been thinking about our lifestyle and especially about debt.
So if you find yourself in debt, and most people have some level of debt today, where do you begin to turn that around?
Well, first of all, you know, some people talk about good debt, bad debt. I think the best kind of debt is no debt.
No debt,
However,
sure.
there is a such thing as a strategic debt and bad debt. So the first thing is to eliminate the bad debt, especially credit card debt, consumer debt, things that we thought was just, that's how you do things if you're in America. We have fallen in love with debt, really become addicted to it. And so the Bible many times discourages debt. So I think we have to get back to the way the Bible looks at debt.
You say that there is an important key that Christians need to learn about money, and that's something you call the principle of ownership versus stewardship. Talk about that.
Yes. Well, ownership, we have to realize who really owns what we have. God owns what we have, and we, our managers, are or stewards.
But we don't live like that, do we?
That's exactly right. We live like we own it all. We make all the decisions, and then we'll kind of get God involved if we really need God.
Noted by the gasp you hear from people when they say he wants 10%.
That's right. That's exactly right. But it all belongs to him, not just the 10%.
Yeah. Do we steward what he gives us well?
Most people don't, and that's because we take our cues from you know, the society, from the world, what people are saying on, you know, in different magazines and so forth, instead of what we're saying in the Word of God.
We kind of have the gotta have it now attitude, don't we? We don't save for things so much anymore. We buy them and then pay them off after the fact.
That's exactly right.
So you're saying if you don't have the money, don't buy it, right?
That's exactly right. Either you buy it cash, or you pray and ask God to provide it. We don't even give God an opportunity to provide anymore because all we have to do is reach in the purse or wallet and use the credit card.
You say that it's more than practical reasons that keep us financially challenged. What do you mean? What other aspects are there?
Well, there are a lot of people right now who are really being challenged financially. A lot of people are depressed, and I have people coming to me all the time saying, what did I do wrong? I thought I was doing things right. I thought I had planned for a rainy day, but instead a hurricane came. And so I tell those people that sometimes there could be other reasons that you go through what you go through. For instance, spiritual warfare. A lot of people do handle their money correctly. They tithe, they do the best they can, and they still find themselves in a bad situation. Well, sometimes that spiritual warfare, because you are tithing, because you are doing the right things, sometimes you find that there can be some resistance, and you have to pray and fast and do what you need to do to fight through that.
What else would be an impact on somebody financially that would be, you're talking about spiritual warfare. Can it be that God is using it?
Absolutely. Just like he used the life of Joseph. Joseph had this great vision, but he got accused of rape, thrown into jail. God didn't forget about Joseph, but he allowed Joseph to go through these things to prepare him, to build his character, to prepare him for his ultimate calling.
Even though sometimes it looked on the outside like God had forgotten him.
That's right.
But Joseph never forgot God in the midst of it.
That's
and that really gave him a character depth. You say that there is a disease that many people have called COG. What is that?
Cirrhosis of the giver. not the liver, cirrhosis of the giver. But it only shows up in church most of the time.
Yeah,
You know, this disease doesn't show up in shopping malls or on car lots or in clothing stores. But when people get in the church, all of a sudden they start thinking about all their other responsibilities. Oh, I have this to do. I have this to do. I may not be able to give as generously or give at all. That's cirrhosis of the giver.
Yeah.
We usually don't get that when we go shopping.
So in order to, when we live in a country that's going through hard financial times, when we're already in debt, to do the right thing, we really have to choose, before considering all the things you were just talking about, to obediently put God first.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and that's not always easy to do, but it has to be the priority.
Yeah.
And you have to, I talk about in my book how you have to prioritize your life so that you can give, because you have to, adjust things so that this can be a discipline in your life and an area of worship that you put first.
And then share it with your kids.
Yes, yes.
The last point in your book, you say that you need to develop an attitude of gratitude. We heard the guest earlier talking about learning to be content. Why is it important to be thankful?
Well, first of all, God has blessed us so much. Regardless of what we are going through, whether you've lost your job, your house, you're still blessed. And so sometimes we get to looking at television and seeing all the great things that people have, and we start looking at our situations and saying, oh, my God, I'm not doing too good. But I believe God appreciates the fact when we say, thank you, Lord, for where I am. And that's an issue of contentment.
Indeed. And he invites us into the giving that he wants to do in the lives of others. It's a wonderful book. I love the fact that it's simple, it's readable, it's applicable. The book is called Lee Jenkins on Money, Real Solutions to Financial Challenges. This book is available nationwide, and it's doing well, doing very well. Great to have you with us
Great
today.
to be here. Thank you.